Hello and welcome to FS Golf. My name is Frank Stranick, and I'd like to talk to you today about the most overlooked item in your golf bag, and that's the golf grip. You've often heard that the engine of the club is the golf shaft. Well, not really. The engine of the club is you. And in order to make that engine work as efficiently as it needs to, you got to hold on to this thing. And if the golf grip is not the proper grip for you, then you're going to cause yourself a few problems. Either too much tension, grip's too big, whatever. So, I want to talk to you about golf grips. Now, this is a golf shaft, as you obviously recognize. When you have a set of grips put on your clubs, you walk in and you say, I'd like to have my grips replaced. And they put new grips on you, say they just don't quite feel right. Well, golf shafts come in different diameters. So if you don't know the diameter of your shaft and the individual replacing your golf grips doesn't check it, you could wind up with a grip that's larger or smaller. If your grip had special wraps, then it definitely may feel different if they just put a standard wrap of tape on your shaft and put a grip onto it. So let's talk about different sizes of grips. Grips come in standard size, which when measured 2 inches down from the grip cap, the diameter of the grip is 9/10 of an inch. And then we have a 64th of an inch oversized. For every 64th, it's 15,000ths of an inch wider. There's a 32nd of an inch, a 16th of an inch, and an 1/8 of an inch. The 32nd of an inch, the 16th of an inch, the 1/8 of an inch, 64th of an inch, and the standard size are all purchasable items in those sizes. If you take a standard size grip, and standard size grip means that the diameter of this hole right here is 6/10 of an inch, and you put it on a shaft that has a butt diameter that is 6/10 of an inch, you will get a standard size grip, or 9/10 of an inch, measured 2 inches down as the diameter of the grip. But suppose that doesn't fit you. Suppose you would like something a little bit different. Well, if you go see your custom club fitter or club maker, he can make grips into whatever size that you would like them to be made to. They can be purchased at one size and then tape added underneath to create a different size grip. For example, this is a standard size grip, again measured 2 inches down from the top, or the butt end. It measures 9/10 of an inch across. This is a 64th oversized. When you put it in your hands versus this one, you're going to find it feels a little bit bigger. And so on up the line to what's called a jumbo grip, or an 1/8 inch oversized. But what if you put these grips in your hands and you say, gosh, these grips feel a little pencily down the bottom. What can I do about that? Well, again, your custom club fitter can take a standard size or any size grip that you happen to want and can add tape underneath the right hand, which will build out the lower section of the grip and make it feel a little more symmetrical. Grips are tapered. Your hands are essentially symmetrical. So if you have a feeling in your hands that the grip is a little bit narrow in the bottom and it tends to cause you to have your right hand want to take over, in order to work properly, your two hands have to work as one unit on the club, and you can't have your hands working one against the other. So if you get a feeling that you need some added size down the bottom, it is always achievable. Just talk to one of your custom club fitters or club makers in the area. They should all have an array of different size grips that you can put your hands on, and you can figure out which size works best for you. You have to have the right grip on your club in order for that club to perform correctly, given the size or the way that you hold the club or whatever it may be. Now, grips come in various forms. There are grips that are made out of rubber. This is a standard rubber grip here. Lambkin, Golf Pride, Pure, or some of the larger distributors of these particular grips. There are also grips that are synthetic. Wind Grip has been producing synthetic grips for probably 20 years. And they've come a long, long way from the days when you had to wrap individually, like a leather grip style. You had to wrap the synthetic around a tube and then paste it at the one end. The synthetic grips now are quite durable. They are fairly slip resistant and comfortable in your hands. If you have arthritic issues, this is a good grip that you might want to think about because the synthetic properties of it make it very easy for you. You don't have to put a lot of tension on the grip and whatever. There are grips that look like this. They have no taper whatsoever to them. If you remember Mo Norman in Natural Golf, this is a Natural Golf grip. It was a 10-finger grip, no taper to the grip whatsoever, but it's heavy, all right? It adds weight to the back end of the club. Now, what happens to those folks who say, well, I need to lighten up my club a little bit because it's just too heavy and you don't have the strength properties or whatever it may be? There are two companies now that are producing very lightweight grips. A normal standard grip, like this one, weighs 50 grams. This particular grip weighs 25 grams, so it will take 25 grams out of the weight of the club. It will also, when you take the weight out of the butt end of the club, it will make the head end of the club feel heavier. So you have to understand that. But if you're just trying to reduce the weight properties of a club, then this particular type of grip, it's made by Golf Pride, will allow you to do that. Win also makes a very lightweight grip. They are a bit flimsy, but they do serve the purpose of taking weight out of the club. Recently, there's a company, Lowe Grips. They make these particular grips. Now you might think that this is the bottom end, that's the top end. It's just the other way around. You know, this is the top hand and this is the bottom hand, the wider end right here. They're sort of big, and so if you're thinking about going to a grip this size, I would give you one suggestion. You might want to take one club, a club that you don't maybe use that often, and put one of these grips on it and give it a shot. Some people like them, some people don't. It all depends what you as a player would like to have. Now, just to wrap up a bit here, remember when you go in to change your grips, make sure that you know what the size of the butt ends of your shafts are and what the size of the core size of the grip is going to be, because that will determine what size grip you have, and if it's different from what you had before, you're going to get a different feeling in your hands. So when you have clubs built, or if you buy them off the rack, ask the people that you're buying them from, what do you have for grip size? Again, you are the engine of the club and your hands are holding on to the grip so that the engine can operate properly. Just don't take somebody's word for it that these are whatever size grips. Now, lastly, grips wear better if you clean them. It's not a difficult process. Some ivory soap and a soft bristle brush and warm water, and just scrub them back and forth, let them air dry, or pat them dry and then let them air dry. And do not store your clubs in the trunk when it's hot. What that will do is dry out your grips. If you take good care of them, you keep them clean, you should get 2 seasons out of most grips, unless you play every day, and then you'll probably have to change them a couple times a year. But most players will get 2-3 years. I've had players come to me that hadn't changed them in 30 years and they were like peanut brittle. So take care of your grips, know what size you need. If you need your grips changed, go to someone who understands grip sizing, someone who has an array of different size grips so you can find out what size is really most comfortable for you, because you may not know that there are different sizes and that you can test these sizes to find out if they're comfortable for you, allow you to swing the club properly, allow your hands to work as one unit, and allow you to play better golf. Okay? If you have any questions, you can always shoot me an email, fsgolf@comcast.net, or on my website, www.fsgolf.net, quite easy, and I'll be happy to answer any question about grips you may have. Enjoy your golf and have a good day. Bye now.